If you're wondering what are the three aspects before of choosing the variety for your garden, so these are raspberry plants, and before you choose the specific variety for your garden, you need to check whether it satisfies three things. One is this plant hardy for your region? So each US zone has a hardness, and most of the raspberry plants, when you buy, it's always good to buy it from local store rather than from the online stores, because you wouldn't know that this have survived that particular zone. So that's one criteria. Second is, how sweet is your raspberries? There are raspberries which are very tarty, there are raspberries which is too sweet, and there are raspberries which is good in both, so, and a great source of antioxidants. So this is one of our variety which is good for, not too sweet, and kids still love it, but it's not too tarty too. So that's a great combination. The third thing that you have to consider is how many times do they fruit in a year? Do they fruit once or do they fruit twice? So this variety that we have here, it's fruits twice, both in spring and in fall, and it has bunches of great raspberries. So that's great way of getting the two outputs from one single grow season, whereas there are varieties which only grow once, fruit for one season, and that's not worth your space, because these raspberry plants take up space and they need time, and they need space to grow into big canes to produce large amount of raspberries. The fourth aspect I would consider would be the thorns. So this variety do have small thorns, but it's not too big enough to bother our kids, so they can always come here and pluck the plant, the raspberries. Whereas there are raspberries which are too thorny, and it's not safe to for kids. So these are basically the 3 or 4 considerations that I would consider before I buy my raspberry plant. Hope you guys loved it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below.